Hello, this is Brian. Welcome to my 28 Days Later music production course, where I will be teaching you the different aspects of becoming a music producer, from learning how to create entire songs to branding and developing a business plan. On my last video, I talked about the tools and equipment that you will need to start producing music, and in this video, I'll finally show you how to start using your DAW, so I'm really excited for this one. If you're new to these videos, please check out the other videos in this series, that way we can both be on the same page. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram and subscribe to my YouTube channel for more content like this. When you're opening an Ableton project for the first time, you should see something like this. If you are using some other DAW, you'll probably see something like this, okay? So the first thing that we wanna do is go to Preferences menu. It's gonna be on Live Preferences for MacBook, and I think it's on Options Preferences for Windows. I'm not 100% sure. So let's go to Preferences, go to the Audio tab. So once we are here, we are gonna select the audio driver. In this case, I have Core Audio. If you are on Windows, if you have the option ACO for all, I would recommend you selecting that one. And when it comes to the audio output, we are gonna select the name of our audio interface. In this case, I have an Audient ID 14. If you bought the Scarlett 2i2, then you should see here an option for the Scarlett 2i2. For the audio input, let's just select the same as the output. Let's not worry much about that. Other thing that you need to know is here the buffer size. If you have a computer that is maybe not that good and you try to work with a lower buffer size, you are gonna start getting some audio issues like cracks or pops in the audio. If that's the case, then just augment the buffer size. The problem with using a higher buffer size is that if you have something like a MIDI keyboard, there's gonna be a sort of delay between the time that where you press the key and what you hear on the computer. But it's something that you have to sacrifice. Just test different settings and see at what point your computer stops giving you issues. When producing on Ableton, we have two main views. We have session view and we have arrangement view. Most likely you'll see something like this because session view is exclusive to Ableton. You can think of this as where you are gonna brainstorm ideas to build your song, while arrangement view is where we are gonna record our final song and make any adjustments that we need to do. For now, we'll be mostly working with session view. So to change between views, you can go to the right top corner and in this little icon here, or you can just press the tab key on your keyboard. The next thing that we need to know about is tracks. So these are pretty much where we are gonna place our sounds on. You have two types of tracks. You have audio tracks and you have MIDI tracks. So audio tracks are where we are gonna place everything related to audio. Like for example, if you wanted to load an MP3 song or a wave song in one of these tracks, you can do it. Also, this is where we will be loading our sample packs because those are on wave format. Everything that is related to audio, like recording also microphones or recording instruments, you will do it on the audio track. Next, we have our MIDI tracks, and this is where we'll be loading pretty much all our virtual instruments, as well as where we'll be using our MIDI instruments if we have something like a MIDI keyboard or a MIDI controller. When you have an MP3 and you load it into a MIDI track, it will automatically convert it into an audio track. So just be careful to load it into an audio track. And same way, if you go to instruments and then you go to, let's go to an electric bass, whatever. Okay, it will allow me to load into a MIDI track, but when I try to load it into an audio track, it won't allow me to. If you wanna create more tracks, you can just right click here and then it will give you the option to insert audio track, insert MIDI track. Don't worry about the return track for now, or you can just Command V and duplicate. Next thing will be our browser. So you'll see something like this on categories. On places, you'll probably get packs and user library. All these other folders is stuff that I have added myself. To add new folder, you just go to add folder and then select whatever address your folder is located at. On the category section, the most important ones are the drums. We have our instruments. It might look different, but depending on what kind of Ableton version you're using. And we have the audio effects. These three are the main ones. Don't worry about the other ones for now. To load a sound, instrument, or effect into a channel, you pretty much just drag it. Let's go to drums and let's just select this drum here. And voila, there we have our MIDI drums. But for now, we are not gonna work with drum racks, so let's just get rid of it. And let's go to our sample libraries. And I want you to go into your Cymatic folder and just select the Cobra sample pack that we will be using to work here. Let's start by adding a drum loop. And for that, we are gonna go into the drum loops folder, full drum loops, and we are gonna select the drum loop 9. Okay, now the really good thing about Cymatics is that they give you all the information that you need with their samples. So for example, this drum loop, it's at 150 BPM. If you don't know what BPM is, it stands for beats per minute and pretty much the speed of the song. So what we want to do here is change the BPM of our project to 150. So we're gonna go up here and let's set up 150. There you go. Okay, now let's go to drum loop 9. And oh, by the way, when you select a sound here, it will give you a preview of what it's playing. So let's go and load this into an audio track. Okay, so the last thing I want to show you for today is just how to save our project. For that, we are gonna go into File, and then we are gonna select Save Live Set or Save Live Set As. Anyway, it's gonna ask you to name the project, and it's ask you where you want to store it. I would recommend you having one folder for all of your projects for now, just so we can keep it organized. Once you save it, then you will be able to just close a program and come back with all the savings that you have done so far. Okay, so this will be all for today. It's just an introduction to the basics of Ableton. On the next video, we'll get more into starting to build the song. Thank you so much for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed this content, and subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow me on Instagram for more videos like this. And I'll see you in the next one.